The Life and Sad Ending of Kim Carnes. Kim Carnes was born on July 20th, 1945, in Los Angeles, California. Her father, James Raymond Carnes, was an attorney, and her mother was a hospital administrator. Carnes knew she would always be a singer and songwriter from the age of 3, despite the fact that she was not born into a musical family. Quote, "My mother didn't get my career, and my father, who was an attorney, didn't think singing and writing was even a job." As a 4-year-old, Carnes married her next-door neighbor, musician David Lindley. She was raised in Pasadena, California, and graduated from San Marino High School in 1963. Kim Carnes was a songwriter and performer from an early age. After writing songs for many years, Carnes signed her first publishing deal in 1962 with producer Jimmy Bowen. During this period, she shared demo recording time with Bowen's other writers, including Don Henley, Glenn Frey, and J.D. Souther. Carnes also sang Nobody Knows, written by Mike Seattle, which is featured in the end credits of the 1971 film Vanishing Point. The film also featured Carnes' first cut as a songwriter, Sing Out for Jesus, which was recorded by Willie Mae Big Mama Thornton. Also in 1997, she and Mike Seattle worked with Bowden to create the bubblegum pop studio The Sugar Beans. The album presented the Sugar Beans, and 3 singles were released with the song You're the One, reaching number 83 on the Billboard charts. In the early 1970s, Carnes and her husband, David Ellingson, co-wrote several songs with David Cassidy, then at the peak of his career as an international idol, and Carnes toured with the world, with him as an opening act, and her husband. Cassidy's albums Rock Me Baby, Dreams Are Nothing But More Wishes, and Cassidy's Live included several songs penned by Carnes, along with Ellingson and Cassidy. Carnes also provided backing vocals for these albums. After signing with Amos Records, her first solo album, Rest on Me, produced by Jimmy Bowen, was released in 1972. In 1975, Carnes released her self-titled second album, which contained her first charted hit, You're a Part of Me, which reached number 32 on the U.S. Adult Contemporary charts. Carnes re-recorded this track with Gene Cotton 3 years later. The majority of tracks on the second album were written by Carnes and Ellingson. Her third album, Sailing, was produced by Jerry Wexler and was released in 1976. One track, Love Comes from Unexpected Places, won grand prize at the 1976 American Song Festival. The song also earned her award for the best competition at the Tokyo Song Festival. It gained additional notice after it was recorded by Barbra Streisand on her 1977 album Superman. Streisand also recorded Stay Away on her 1978 album Songbird. In spite of Streisand's endorsement of her material, Carnes' own top 40 breakthrough did not occur until 1978, when Gene Cotton recruited her to record a debut version of You're a Part of Me, which reached number 36 on the Billboard Hot 100. In 1979, she recorded a single using the pseudonym Connie Con Carne, included The Dances with Meat, written by herself and Dave Ellingson. In 1980, her duet with Kenny Rogers, Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer, became a major hit in the pop, country, and adult contemporary charts. The song was culled from Rogers' concept album, Gideon, written entirely by Carnes and her husband, David Ellingson. Later that year, her cover version of the Smokey Robinson and the Miracle song, More Love, became her first top 10 solo hit. Robinson was indeed so impressed with Carnes' recording and success with the song that he later recorded and composed Be With You for her. However, Robinson's then producer, George Tobin, insisted that he record and release the song himself. Quote, "The record that went number 1 for me is a demo for Kim." Robinson told the Huffington Post in 1981 that Carnes provided backing vocals for Dionne Warwick's No Night, So Long album. In 1981, Carnes recorded the Jackie DeShannon and Diana Weiss album, Bet Davy's Eyes, originally written and composed in 1974. As the first single released from the album Mistaken Identity, it spent 9 weeks at number 1 in the US singles chart and became a worldwide hit. The song's success propelled the album to number 1 in 4 weeks. The single became the biggest hit of the entire year for 1981 and is second only to Olivia Newton-John's Physical as the biggest hit of the 1980s in the US, according to Billboard. The song earned both the Record of the Year award and Song of the Year awards at the 1982 Grammy Awards. Carnes was nominated for Best Female Pop Artist, and Mistaken Identity was also earned a nomination for Album of the Year. 2 follow-up singles were released from the album, the title track and Draw of the Cards, which was released in the UK and Australia. Bette Davis admitted to being a fan of the song and approached Carnes and the songwriters to thank them. Davis wrote to Carnes after the song was released, saying she loved the song. It was a thrill to become a part of the rock generation, she said in her memoir, This and That. In what she considers a career highlight, Carnes performed the song live for Davis at a tribute to the legendary actress who had just had her death. More recently, the song was turned into a 2008 Clarinol Nice and Easy TV commercial in the UK, and the ad featured the song expanded into South Africa and other territories around the world. Carnes' later hits included 2 major singles that were just missed the top 10, Crazy in the Night from Barking at Airplanes and What About Me with Kenny Rogers and James Ingram. Kim also reached the adult contemporary top 10 4 times with Bette Davis' Eyes, with number 1 Pretend, What About Me, Make No Mistake, He's Mine with Barbra Streisand, and Crazy in Love, number 10. On January 19th, 1985, Carnes had the distinction of being on the Billboard Hot 100 with 3 singles simultaneously, What About Me, Make No Mistake, He's Mine, and Invitation to Dance, from the soundtrack to the film That's Dancing. This meant she was on the chart as a solo artist in addition to being part of the duo or solo. Carnes was nominated for additional Grammy Awards, including Best Rock Vocal Performance for Voyeur in 1993 and Best Rock Vocal Performance for Female for Invisible Hands in 1984. In 1983, Carnes' song I'll Be Here Where the Heart Is was included on the Flashdance soundtrack, which received a Grammy Award for Best Album Original Score written for a motion picture. For the release of her 11th album, View from the House, Carnes reunited with Jimmy Bowen, her producer, who co-produced the album with her. View from the House spawned 4 singles, including the 10 adult contemporary hits, Crazy in Love. Her 12th studio album, Checking Out the Ghosts, was released exclusively in Japan in 1991. The album was not commercially successful worldwide. It featured the long song Gypsy Honeymoon, later re-recorded on her 1993 collaboration of the same name. The song was a hit in Germany in 1993. In 1994, Carnes permanently moved from Los Angeles to Nashville. Several of her songs, including Voyeur, I'll Be Here Where the Heart Is, and Gypsy Honeymoon, were hits in her own countries throughout Europe and South America. As a songwriter, she has had 2 number 1 singles. Her duet with Barbra Streisand and re-recorded as Make No Mistake, She's Mine by Ronnie Milsap and Kenny Rogers in 1987, and The Heart Won't Lie, a number 1 duet for Robert McIntyre and Vince Gill in 1993. In recent years, Carnes has written songs such as It's a Mighty Hand with Greg Wanhill on the 2006 film Chances, The Women's of Mankindale, Enough with Diana Cooper on the 2010 album The Conjurer, for which she also produced backing vocals. Carnes also co-wrote Live to Tell with Jamie Appleby, Mari Green, and Alyssa Reed, and Reed's 2011 album The Game. The 2 songs Carnes co-wrote with Australian duo O'Shea was a number 1 hit on Australia's CMC Country Music Channel. She also co-wrote a song on their follow-up album. Carnes' voice has been described as distinctively raspy and throaty, leading to comparisons to the voice of Rod Stewart and Bonnie Tyler. In 1993, Keith Tuber of Orange Coast Magazine referred to Carnes as, quote, the Queen of Raspin Roll in one of his articles. Carnes resides in Nashville, Tennessee with her husband David Ellingson. She has 2 sons, Colin and Rye. Kim Carnes is 75 years old this year. Her health is no longer the same as before. The greatest theft in the world is time. It stole everything, even our youth. Will we have our old memories and nostalgia when